Hello, hello, hello. I am Rob.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Jennifer.
Yep, that's my mom. Guys, welcome back to RC Life 365. We don't do a lot of live videos, but we are today, and we're happy to. My mom has traveled around the world literally just to come hang out with her kids, and it's fantastic. It's tons of fun. So we're going to be talking today about a lot of tips on how to get here, what she had to go through, and we're going to be talking about ways that you can find the best deals, the best budget solutions to coming to South Korea yourself. Because I know a lot of parents who would love to be able to come to South Korea to see their kids, but just don't have the opportunity because they don't have the budget or the money to. So we're going to give you guys the best way to do that today. We're going to help you guys find flights. We're going to help you guys find hotels. And we're going to talk you guys through how she got here so you can know exactly what to expect. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, let's get into it. So tell us a little bit about your preparation to get here. So we got our notes right here, so we're going to probably refer to those notes a lot, and that's okay. My mom hasn't done a lot of video, right? So give all of us a little bit of grace as we work through this. We don't do a lot of lives. So Mom, tell us about getting here. Tell us about preparing to get here.
Well, we started 3 months in advance.
Okay.
When you offered me to be able to come and visit, and I always said no matter where my kids are in the world, I would definitely be there.
Yeah.
So this definitely proves that.
All the way across the world.
Yep.
Yes. Sharon and Jed helped me out greatly. Tara Martin from back home was just absolutely amazing.
And who are these people? Just because they don't know.
Oh, sorry. Jed and Sharon are her family.
Yep.
And Miss Tara is a wonderful friend from back home that I just absolutely admire.
Yep. So, real quick on as far as how they helped you out get here. Jed and Sharon. Jed is her dad. He is a weatherman back in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. He helped out how? How did he help out?
He helped me out by navigating through, getting me my ticket through American Airlines, got me signed up. They contributed to help me get here financially.
Yep. So I think a big tip for anybody who's looking to travel to South Korea or looking to travel just anywhere in the world is first thing, figure out if you have any family, any friends who have unused airline miles.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because
definitely.
that was something that was a great help to getting here, right? Like that knocked down, what was it, like $200?
$270-something.
Yeah. So check, see if your friends, anybody in your family has unused airline miles that they might want to contribute. I think that's a really good tip for getting here, traveling anywhere, really. So you figured out you wanted to come, you talked to some people who would be able to help you afford the trip, and then what'd you do?
I'm helping a lady back home named Tara Martin.
Okay.
So she fixed it to where I could have this time off to come see you that didn't affect what she had me helping her do.
Okay, cool, fantastic.
So
You had to get a passport, obviously.
yes.
How'd that go?
Okay, because I had a passport in the past, even it expired after 10 years, I went to Walgreens to get my picture taken for my new passport so that when I went to my appointment at the post office in Hayti, I had already had that took care of.
Okay.
Well, when I got there with it, the picture was not like they wanted that would pass for passport inspection.
Gotcha.
So I went ahead, had no choice but to let the post office, which was doing my passport paperwork, go ahead and take the picture.
Okay.
If I had knew that I was going to do that in the beginning, that would have just took a lot of stress off of me.
You wouldn't have bothered with Walgreens. You'd have just gone straight to the post office?
I would not have wasted my time at Walgreens.
Yeah, so there's a good tip for you as well, because we had to do the same thing, actually, when coming here. When you're getting your military passport, or whether you're getting your civilian passport when you're coming to South Korea or traveling anywhere, just go straight with the people that you're getting your passport from. They'll take the photo.
Yes.
It'll be their standard. There's none of that back and forth, none of that headache. So there's tip number 2. We don't have a number of tips we're going to give you, but as we go along, these are going to be some tips. So, all right, you got your passport. What happened next?
Yes. I got my passport. Now it is time to really concentrate and focus on getting my ticket.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I didn't want to get my ticket
Yeah.
and not have my passport.
That would not be good.
No. I would just cry.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got your passport first. And that's another tip. Have your passport. Make sure you can even travel. Make sure you can travel before you try to start traveling.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I went to go see my doctor, Dr. Meredith, back home, and told her what I was going to do.
Okay.
And she said, well, make sure that you don't have to have any extra shots or certain documentation.
Vaccinations. Yeah, you don't want to get in
Yeah.
country and be turned around, so if it's that kind of country. So you started looking at tickets. Where did you look?
I found this app called Skyscanner. That had to be made for dummies, for people like me.
Okay.
It's not technically a guru.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was so easy.
First timers.
Yes, first timers, me.
Yeah.
What I liked about it is that it had the little color-coded dots to let me know when the cheapest days was to either fly in or fly out.
Oh, really?
It
Wow.
showed me the airline names of who I'd be flying with, how long my layover is, and how long from getting from America to Korea all together from the time that I left to
How
get
long
here.
it was going to take?
Yes.
Wow.
And I did not want to be nowhere 30 hours by myself, so I wanted straight shot as I could get.
Okay. And so you said, what is that called again?
That is called Skyscanner.
Skyscanner, and it's just an app that you got on the Android App Store? Okay,
Yes.
cool. And did they compare prices for flights?
Yeah, they had different ones. The most expensive one was like a 3,000. When I first started looking at it 3 months out, the ticket was like $3,000. Well, everybody else, the flight prices changes.
Yeah.
So as I kept watching it, I finally found the one that I wanted, which was only one layover.
Okay.
Got down to like $900 and some odd dollars.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's not anything.
It was awesome.
Wow. As compared to $3,000, $900 is a fantastic price for traveling for sure. So you kept your eye on it, and how long did you wait? You waited until basically last minute?
Let's see, about a month out.
About a month out?
About a month out.
Okay.
because
And when you've been looking at it for how long? 3 months, you said?
Yeah, 2 months. I've been watching it for 2 months.
You watched it for 2 months, you got it a month out, so 3 months before you would leave, you finally booked, or a month before you left, you finally
Yes,
booked your ticket.
that's
Okay, awesome. So you got on the plane. Was there anything between? Okay, you also want to talk about that. So was there anything between getting your ticket and getting on the plane that was important that you think someone might need advice for?
Yes, when you get up to the ticket counter,
Uh,
you want that confirmation code.
yeah.
And because I'm the world's worst with losing it, the reason I knew I wasn't going to have to worry about it because I sent all the information to you.
Yeah.
So I just went to Messenger and pulled it up.
There we go. So take screenshots, take pictures
Yes.
of all of your information so you have it on hand.
Yes.
Okay, so I know a quick tip that we want to make sure that we give out is that whenever you're packing, whenever you're planning for going somewhere, Mom, how long are you staying with us?
3 weeks.
Okay, you're staying with us 3 weeks, and when I talked to her, she told me that she was going to be bringing a suitcase full of boots. Just boots. Like this is not a suitcase full of clothes, a suitcase full of boots. How many pairs of boots did you have in that suitcase?
About 10.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot.
I wear boots. I cannot.
This is South Korea. We don't own a car. We walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay? We walk
In this
everywhere.
situation, the boots are not for walking.
Boots are not made for walking, and that's not what you should do. You should not
Gosh
bring.
darn it, I'm bringing some boots.
Okay. When you go travel, bring appropriate clothing. Look up videos of people doing stuff in the area. Look at the kind of gear that they're wearing, okay? Bring that kind of clothing. Don't bring 8 pair of boots.
Yeah.
I was happy enough to be able to chop her 10 pair of boots down to 4. Did you bring 4 pair of boots?
I brought 4 pair of boots.
And how many pairs of shoes did you bring? 1 pair of shoes. We walk a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll be wearing shoes. That 1 pair of shoes a lot. Trust me.
know more
So
about
there's
boots than
there's
that.
your tip. There is look up what kind of clothing you should bring. If you're going to the Bahamas and you're used to New York cold weather, obviously you're not gonna bring New York jackets, right? You're gonna bring yourself a bathing suit and stuff like that. So look up, make sure you bring the appropriate clothing. And the appropriate amount, because you may be staying with us for 3 weeks, but you don't need 10 pair of boots. So chop your clothing in half. There's your tip. Okay, so getting to the plane, you obviously had someone drop you off,
Yes.
right? So you had someone drop you off, and then from there, you were on your own.
I was, and it went from scary, spooky to awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about it.
Okay, so we got there like at 5 o'clock. My flight left out like at 7:55. No,
In the morning?
Yes, in the morning.
Okay, so for the record, I've made her not tell us any of this stuff, any of this story, because we wanted to have genuine conversation right now. So this is our first time hearing it. So if you hear something, then yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to be there at 5 o'clock. So by the time on the way to the airport, already had car trouble. So it
Really?
was bad leaving the house.
Oh gosh. Okay.
My gosh.
So when Melvin finally did get me there, he helped me get my ticket, get my suitcase weighed in and everything. And he said, "This is as far as I can take you." And I went, "Okay, here we go."
That's scary. That is scary.
Yeah.
Now you're at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. It's not a massive airport, but it is big enough to get lost in.
Yes.
Did you have any issue finding your flight?
No.
Okay.
No. Once I got through the line of people getting late, every time I go through that thing where they make sure you don't have no metal on,
Okay.
I don't know what it is about me, but they always pull me over and I have to be patted down. I just cannot go through it.
Okay.
So it took up my time. So getting to where I was supposed to be at the St. Louis airport was cool. Now, when I got on the airplane when we got there, it was like normal, 2 seats here, 2 people here, there's a row and there's 2 people here. And of course, Sharon and Jed made sure that I got a window seat.
Hey, there we go. Window seats are great. Okay, cool. So I guess my biggest question as far as when you got there was, I know I'm a big communicator when it comes to traveling with Sierra. I want to make sure that we're on the same page because I want to double check that I'm not going the wrong way, doing the wrong thing. Did you have any worry that at any point you were doing anything that you weren't supposed to?
No, well, yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
I pretty much followed the line where everybody else was going. On my ticket, it showed me, what terminal to go to.
Okay.
So finding it at St. Louis Airport Terminal, I could handle that.
Piece of cake.
Because that's like the other times that I've flown.
Okay.
So I could handle that part.
Okay, cool. So you're done with St. Louis, you're on the plane. Tell us about the plane ride alone. Because as far as like being with someone, it's never hard to travel with someone to me. But tell us about it for your solo experience.
Okay. I always know from my past traveling is that you want to chew gum.
Okay.
Okay? Well,
For the air pressure.
for the air pressure.
Okay, there's a side tip right there. Is chew gum for air pressure helps.
I'm addicted to gum. Miss Tara always says that's my addiction.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So the plane. Tell us about the plane ride.
Okay, so I chewed gum to get up going up from St. Louis. My gum wasn't working.
Yeah. Okay.
So I steadily had to keep swallowing to pop my ears.
Okay.
So in the getting to Dallas this is the spooky part. I'm used to turbulence.
Okay.
But when you're looking outside and you could see the wing and it's going up and down like this and you're being jerked around and emotions that you've never went through any other time that you've flown, oh my goodness, it scared the dickens out of me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You have to go to grab onto and like comfort you. Because this is solo travel. You're all on your own, Buckaroo. You gotta step up, right?
I'm trying to be cool, calm, and collected, but then inside I'm like, oh dear Lord, just let me make it to the ground.
Yeah, awesome. So, all right, cool. So you're flying. Did you get any meals? Who'd you fly with?
American Airlines.
American Airlines. Okay.
Yeah.
And you found them through Skyscanner. How'd they treat you on the flight?
Oh, the people that worked there, they were really awesome. They were really nice.
Really good professional.
Yes, very
Cool.
much so. And their Sprite tastes like Sprite.
Okay, so she has this thing where here in South Korea, she says our Sprite here doesn't taste like Sprite. In South Korea, just a little tip for you, when you come to South Korea, they do have soda, but the soda they have is Coke or Sprite or Pepsi. That's it. Okay. Have you seen a Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow or?
No.
There's no root beer. That's the saddest thing because I love root beer and they don't have it here. But
A helpful hint, guys: bring your own sodies.
yeah.
Hack them.
Yeah. Pack a suitcase full of soda, not boots. But okay, cool. So you flew over. They fed you on the flight. Everybody was nice and professional.
Now, I didn't get fed till I got on the Dallas airplane.
Okay. Well, how long was it from St. Louis to Dallas?
2 hours.
2 hours. So not okay.
Not long
Cool.
at all.
So I know they probably normally feed you on what 8-hour-long flights.
Oh, I know, it's the longest flight I've ever took in my life.
Okay, cool. How long did it take? From Dallas.
From Dallas to here was 14 hours.
And she flew into Incheon, right? Incheon in Seoul.
Oh, and so yes.
Yep, Incheon International Airport in Seoul. You flew into there. How was? Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. We want to chronologically make sense here. So you're on the plane in Dallas. You said you had little issues in Dallas, right?
Oh, very much so. Okay, on my ticket, when they printed it out and they gave it to me in St. Louis,
Yeah.
I just stuck my back and went on about it. Well, when it was time to get off the plane, about to get off the plane, I looked at my ticket to see where I was supposed to go to, and in that little box that tells me the terminal, it was blank. Oh my God! Bam, 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 bam! My heart was just going crazy.
Holy cow!
I have no idea. Oh, and get this: when we were in St. Louis, they told us that when we got to Dallas, that we had to wait 20 minutes. We could not get up in the air in St. Louis to Dallas.
Okay, they were having issues with the plane, or
something about how the traffic up there.
Oh.
Okay, the air traffic wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to wait 20 minutes. Okay, now mind you, once I landed in Dallas to get on to Korea, I have an hour to get from where I gotta be. I'm thinking I'm gonna go through this little mall, shops in there. I'm gonna look around, grab me a Sprite or whatever, and just relax. I've got time in between. So right there goes 20 minutes.
Okay, now was it you lost time, right?
did,
Through the takeoff, right, and through you had to hover before you landed for a while.
And not to mention it was daylight savings time the day that she shipped out, so.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys don't do daylight saving time.
Yeah, so daylight saving times doesn't apply to South Korea the same way it does to America. So you finally got on your plane. You're in Dallas. You're flying over to South Korea, and did you notice anything different on that flight?
A lot of things different.
Okay, what changed
I still
for you?
got the window seat though.
Okay.
It's the biggest plane I've ever been in. There was like 3 on this side, 3 in the middle, and 3 people over here.
Okay, for seats on the plane.
Yes.
Okay, so it's pretty wide. Pretty wide.
Very wide. And hardly anybody on there spoke English.
Really?
Yes.
So they were probably from different countries. They're from
Yes.
different countries, and wow. So
They fed me on that plane though.
that's what I was gonna ask. What did they feed you? How was the food?
Okay, the food, let's see, oh my goodness. They fed me this, they asked me what I wanted. Okay, I thought they said ham and cheese sandwich. There was no ham and cheese.
Okay, what was it?
It was an egg.
An egg? You want ham and cheese? Here's an egg. That's fantastic. Okay.
So, of course, being polite, it's free food, so not about to complain.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I would also ask for a Sprite. They did not give me Sprite.
Okay. What did they give you?
They gave me a Sierra Mist.
Okay. Who is it?
Okay.
So the flight attendants, were they American?
Well, this one fella was American, but these other people were not.
Okay. What were they?
Don't get me lie to you.
Were they Asian?
They didn't look like me.
Okay. I don't know what they were. Okay. So you got over here to South Korea after the flight. You're getting off the plane, and I know a little bit about this. You had some trouble. Tell us about it.
Okay, first of all, let me tell you guys how I knew I was in Korea.
Okay.
Okay, remember, I'm in the flight seat, and I look out. You know those luggage vehicles that come and get your luggage?
Mm-hmm.
I was set back into the Korean war movies that I was used to seeing at home with my pa, and MASH.
Okay.
I knew then I was no longer
So what
there.
she means, because that's kind of cryptic sounding, what she actually means is here in Korea, the vehicles don't always look the same.
Yeah.
Especially like the utility vehicles that they use out in towns and such. They don't look the same at all.
They don't.
So that was completely new to you. So you looked out and it's like, whoa, we wouldn't be using that type of truck in America
Right.
to come get the luggage.
It's just that I knew those when I see you can see something on TV all the time.
Yeah.
But when you honestly experience, it's like, wow, I have seen that on TV.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you're getting off the plane finally. Tell us about it.
Okay, when we get off the plane, nobody there really speaks English. It's all about pointing. You
Yeah.
follow the fingers.
Yep. Yep. So here in South Korea, if you ever come, it's always about, that's how you get most of your information, is grunting and pointing and body language and sign language and that kind of stuff. Some people know English. A lot of people don't. you had some trouble getting your bags, right?
Yes. Another thing about when I got off, following, pointing towards people, I am a small town girl in a foreign place all by myself.
Yep.
Okay, so.
A big city place at that.
Yes, very much so. So I have felt like it was like a herd of cattle going through this little line right here to get up here to be able to get in. They made me fill out some paperwork.
Okay.
And they took my paperwork as I went through this line.
Okay.
The lady that I spoke to didn't speak English. She would just like point right here with these two little steps. She took my little passport, she put it in this thing, and it made this funny sound, and she just went like that.
Like
get on out. Okay, we're done here. Go.
So then it's like, okay, I have no idea where my baggage is, where my luggage. I have no idea whatsoever. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'll know it because it's real shiny, it's pretty, you know, it's something different. And there was like probably, from where I was standing, I could see probably 6 of those things that go around for the luggage. And I think, oh, I'll just spot it.
Yeah.
Well, finally I didn't spot it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I asked this fella that I saw, where do I go get my luggage?
That was working there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where do I go get my luggage? Well, I said, look, I left my little not my passport, but my ticket on the plane in the inside. I left it on there, so it's not like I could say, hey, this is where I come from.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
So he asked me where I flown from.
Where you flew in from?
Yeah, where I flew in from. And I told him, so he pulled it up and he told me it was on number 20.
Oh,
okay. What were you at?
Where were you at?
Between 3 and 6.
Okay, so you were nowhere near where you were supposed to be. Holy cow. Okay, so it's on 21 and you're at 3.
On 20. Now, I thought, you know, I would be able to see it. This little country girl is not walking all the way down yonder to number 20 because I have no idea at this point where you guys are.
Yeah. So we're all at the airport. We're outside the gate terminal, and we're waiting for her to pop out. We sat there. We got there. And we thought we were going to be late. We were actually 30 minutes late for when we planned on getting there. And so we thought she had maybe even come out already. And so we were freaking out because we were trying to meet you. And I didn't want you to, like, in that giant, if you've ever been to Incheon International Airport, it's huge. It's easy to get lost.
Yeah.
And so we thought you were lost. We had no idea where you were exactly. She didn't have a phone when she came over here.
Yeah,
your phone, well, you had a phone, but she didn't have signal because AT&T ain't working here, folks. Sorry about it.
No, it is not.
But what did work for some reason is her international calling. She called
back home
and was able to contact somebody who contacted us and said she's here. She's trying to get her bags, and so we knew she was okay. So real quick, that's a tip for you. Make sure you're planned for that. If you're coming overseas, make sure you turn on your Wi-Fi. Okay, on your phone and connect to any Wi-Fi source available. They should have had Wi-Fi on the plane. I guess they didn't. No Wi-Fi on the plane. So when you get where you're going, turn on your Wi-Fi, get connected to something, let someone know you're okay, let someone know you're safe. Make sure they know that you're not lost. That's our biggest concern with this little country girl who's going to get lost in big South Korea city. And even though South Korea is a very safe place to be lost in, you don't want to be lost, period.
Yeah. I'll tell you another tip to have as well is have the address that you're going to and their telephone number already.
That's good. Yeah. Have my telephone number since I have a South Korean phone number. Give it to somebody and see if you can't use their phone to call. Right.
Well, you got to have it for the paperwork.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Tell us. Okay, go ahead and tell us about that. Tell us about what you had to fill out, what kind of information you needed, so that if someone's watching this in the future, they can get that idea that I need this information when I'm checking in customs.
Unless I pull it up on the phone, I couldn't tell you exactly the name of it.
Is it like the arrival card?
The arrival card was one.
Okay.
So, but on both these pieces of paper, you had to know what your address is, their telephone number, your telephone number, and I also had to state what I was doing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether you're visiting, I was on business, I'm in the military, I'm a salesperson. Yeah. So, okay, cool. And what other information they needed? Anything else?
Oh gosh, they did. And there was 2 things. Was it my nationality?
Okay. Yeah. So nationality, you're from the United States, you're American.
Yes.
Okay. Nationality and ethnicity are not the same thing. Just throwing this out there. She's American, her nationality, her ethnicity, she's Caucasian. Okay. So don't get that confused.
I just wanted to write me in that box.
I'm my own nationality. I'm my own person.
Me.
Okay, cool. So let us get to, you've got your luggage, you've got off the plane. What is your first take on South Korea?
Well, they took the first piece of paper,
Mhm.
and when I got my baggage, I had to go through another line.
Okay.
And some people's luggage had to go through a metal detector
Mm-hmm.
all by itself. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm watching them. That's what I need to do. I need to go over there. Well, this gentleman that took my paper is like, just shoot me on through. So I'm going on through and thought, well, I'll just go over here because I know they're going to need my luggage.
Okay.
No. These people let me know quickly, fast, in a hurry. Get back over there in that line to go that direction.
Yeah.
Even though there was nobody in front of me, the person in front of me went over there. So I was just following.
Uh-huh.
So when I got through and I opened up, the doors opened up and I saw you guys, I'm like, yeah, Americans.
So, all right, guys, I don't know why that cut out like that, but hopefully it's fixed. Back to it. Mom, you are coming out the doors and you finally see us. Yes. Tell us what happened inside your brain. You saw us, obviously you were happy, but I mean, like, as far as like, now you're in a foreign land and now you're about to realize it in a big way.
Yes, there were so many different people. I mean, nobody spoke English and everybody wore black clothing.
Yeah, so there's something. Go ahead and tell them that. The style here,
if you want to fit in, make sure you wear like a black jacket, something
Neutral
on your
colors.
body. Yes,
yeah.
Neutral colors.
And that might have something to do with the fact that Koreans are very gentle. Very, very often Koreans are gentle and they like to be seen and not heard a lot.
And they'll run you over and not think twice about it.
On the street, yeah. They like to drive awesome. I'm not gonna insult them, but they like to drive awesome. They know, you guys know how you drive here in South Korea. Don't act like you don't. So you're out there, you're with us, you're hearing all the different languages.
Wow, you eventually just, I mean, it's like,
that was something cool for me too, because I've never been in an international, like, big airport, so that was really cool for me too, to hear all the different languages.
So not just Korean, not just English, but other languages going on as well.
And you're trying to understand what it is that they're saying. Eventually it's like, okay,
cool. I'm just gonna deal.
Yep.
Just gonna deal. I don't get it, but I don't know what you're saying, but I'm just gonna deal with it. All right, so last thing I guess we're gonna ask is, so far, how do you like Korea?
I love it.
Yeah?
I do.
You've been here about a week now. Tomorrow will be 1 week you've been staying in South Korea with us. We'll talk about some stuff we've done, I guess. What have we done? What have you liked that we've done so far?
The theme parks that we went to.
Okay.
I love them.
Cool.
Yep.
So next week, you guys check back in with us. We're going to be showing you guys the South Korea's largest theme park, which is called Everland. Not Neverland, but Everland. We took some awesome videos. I left my gimbal at home, so it's all handheld shots, but I'll make a good video out of it, and we'll post that next Sunday. So check back for that. We took her to not eWorld yet, but we took her to Latte World, which is the largest indoor theme park, second largest indoor theme park, which is here in Seoul, South Korea, and she loved that. What else did you like?
The food. The food at home, when they say that it's Korean and you come here and taste it, it's got not only a different taste, but a better taste.
So a lot of times here in South Korea, you're not going to get food that's been
processed.
Well, processed. In some places you may not get processed food, but and what I also mean is that a lot of preservatives aren't necessarily in your food. Yeah. So it's going to taste fresher, and the ingredients are fresher in a lot of cases.
And their pastries, like we had last night, are not as sweet, sugary as we're used to at home, but they are still delicious.
Yeah,
Yum!
Yeah, so South Korea really likes bread food. They like pastries, and they like cake, which is also a pastry, I guess. And so you're going to find a bunch of different bakeries around South Korea if you do get to visit, and it's fantastic. They do it really well. And they have this place called Paris Baguette, which we went to last night, and it's basically a buffet of pastries. You go and you get your pastries, and you go and you get your coffee. Paris Baguette is honestly like not that great as far as coffee goes, but the pastries are fantastic. So
the verbiage, the wording that's on, their buildings, their like you have this one floor at home.
Mm.
You know, when you go walking down the street, you see this little like shopping center, and it's just one level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you literally have to keep looking up and looking up because they're stacked on top of each other,
Yeah.
and nothing is in English.
Now we have, you know, shopping centers and we have stuff like that at home, but what I find very interesting, and I've never really been to a lot of big cities back home, so maybe they do this, but I haven't noticed it. They will have one business on the bottom, and then on the first floor, the ground floor, but on the second floor, they'll have another business. On the third floor, they'll have a separate business. You walk in and you have to go up through the elevator and go out to each one. And so a lot of restaurants will be like on the second or third floor. And so it's an interesting thing about South Korea. I believe we do that in America too. I haven't seen it because I haven't lived in a lot of big cities, but seeing all the different language. The Hangul is the Korean written language. Seeing that on the building and deciphering which level of floor that restaurant is on, or that cafe, or whatever you want to go to is on, makes it very difficult, right?
It does. It makes it very difficult. And at home, like when I would go to Nashville, they have stores that are like on top of each other, but this goes beyond anything I have ever seen in all of the places that I have traveled to.
Yeah. So,
and that was just Seoul. How do you think of Daegu versus Seoul?
The weather is different.
it's kind of crazy. We're only 4 hours south of Seoul. We spent a week in Seoul whenever you first got here. We spent 5 days in Seoul when you first got here, and it was cold the entire time. It's really odd. Now we're 4 hours south of Seoul by car and an hour and a half by KTX. If you guys haven't seen our KTX video, check it out. It'll either be on our channel up here or down here. We'll put in a link thing here, and look at that video. So it take an hour and a half to travel because the train goes 240 miles an hour.
That is awesome.
Yep.
The train ride, I've never been on a train before. And an Amtrak train is the fastest thing we have at home. Well, this train, I tried to show my friends and family back home what it was like, and on my Facebook, I'm like,
Can't really show anything.
I can't show you guys anything because I'm going over 200 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's hard to really show you anything when it's all just motion blur going by, right?
And I got a window seat.
Yep. And even though you got kicked out of the window seat by... So I told her she was sitting in the wrong seat. She didn't care. So when the person who rightfully should be sitting in that seat because it was their seat came and kicked her out, she wasn't too butthurt about it, thankfully.
No,
You're a good
I
sport.
wasn't.
You're a good sport.
But it wasn't mine, but it was free for the moment and for the length of time that I was able to take it.
Yep.
So I took it.
Yep. So, okay, cool. You like that. But yeah, so the weather is different in Seoul and Daegu.
And
Daegu is nowhere near
cleanliness
as
is
big.
different too.
Yeah. So in Seoul, it's very clean.
And it's the capital.
And it's the capital city. Seoul is the capital city of South Korea, and it's a very clean place. They're always making sure they keep up with keeping trash off the street and stuff like that. Here in Daegu, it is a little bit dirtier, but it's a big city. You know, what do you expect? So here in this big city, Daegu, there's trash bags all over the street. Every now and then, someone will come through the trash, and the trash bag will like be dumped out all over the street. But it doesn't happen a lot. What else have you noticed since you've been here that you liked?
Something that to me, watching the olden Korean war movies, you'll see people with the little trolley that they actually push with boxes on it. I always thought they just did that.
I think YouTube's telling us we're going on for too long, so it keeps shutting down and restarting on us. So we'll wrap up here soon. Back to your last point that you wanted to talk about there was that you see older people pushing around these trolleys with boxes and stuff on them. And so what's interesting about that is it's just the older people. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just they live alone and they're older now and they need someone to support them, and so they're doing these jobs that no one else wants to do. But you'll always see older people picking up trash and stuff like that. And I have a mad respect for that, for the humility of that, honestly, because this is stuff that no one wants to do, but they're willing to. And so I have a real big respect for humility.
I would definitely say a tip would be not to give people money.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a tip about tips. So here in South Korea, they don't take tips, right? You don't tip your waitresses. You don't tip your cabbies. And some people can even take that here as an insult that we've seen. When you try to give things to people, they take that as an insult.
You don't leave a tip at a restaurant.
Yeah, which is kind of different to us in the United States. We want to show you that we appreciate your service. Sometimes people can take that as an actually like, obviously you're poor, so here's extra money. And that's kind of the theme that we've actually seen in a few times. That'd be the reaction that people think. Hi, it's new. Hello. So that's something you want to avoid doing when you're in South Korea. Is you want to avoid giving money or giving stuff to people when they can take it as an insult. Some people can take it graciously, and that'd be fantastic.
You know, look, last night when I bought this shirt,
Okay.
yeah, I probably got overcharged for the shirt.
Yeah.
But I didn't care.
Yeah. So just a little preface to that is we went to one of the markets here where they sell a bunch of food outside, a bunch of vendors.
Don't go touching stuff.
Yeah, don't go touching stuff. We got in trouble for playing with this frozen octopus, and this guy yelled at us.
But anyways.
And Sierra seemed to get mad at us and walked away from us. But I don't want none of this. I'm not here. I'm not with them. But yeah, so we had a great time down there, and she went and she bought some stuff from the locals to kind of help the local economy, which I thought was fantastic. She bought a bunch of walnuts and cashews and stuff like that.
Yum.
And then she bought some t-shirt. You bought a t-shirt, right? And this t-shirt probably should have been like $3 to $5, really. But she upcharged us because she could tell we weren't from around here, which will happen a lot. There's another tip for you. If you're going to travel to South Korea, know what something's worth. They're going to try to upcharge you in a lot of these places. Whether you want to support them or not, that's up to you. But my mom wanted to support them, so she gave $10 for this shirt, or 10,000 won.
And I'd give you another tip too. Don't get your feelings hurt if they don't want your business and they stop you at the door.
Yep.
You just politely go on.
So a lot of them know that when they look at you, it's like they don't know Korean. They can just assume, they'll just assume it, and they'll know that a lot of it'll be hard to make the transaction, and we've had difficulty making transactions just since you've been
The
here, right?
money is different.
Well, the money's different, but I mean like the language barrier.
Yes.
They'll know that there'll be a language barrier, and it's hard to make the transaction, and so they'll just deny you service altogether sometimes. And so don't get your feelings hurt. You're exactly right.
That's right.
But all right, guys, so that's enough. I think for this video, we've gone on for almost 40 minutes. That's a long video, right? I told you the time would fly. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. You guys rock, okay? I'm Rob.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Jennifer.
Thanks for hanging out with us here on RC Life 365. Check back weekly for videos. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, and hit that like button on this video. It helps us out in a big way. We love you guys. Bye.